call. It's good to have you guys all here. We are creeping up on number 200, and I have not given you guys a link to submit new Power Up videos. So I'm going to do that right after this call. Real quick, before we dive into this big mistake that people in Silicon Valley make, and I see most of you copywriters making, is that in the world of business, that is, let's get some announcements out of the way. We will be doing a regular student copy review this week on Thursday. I might mix in a copy breakdown call as well, where we break down an old sales page or some modern funnel or something like that. That might come as well. But I am still spending the majority of my time right now focusing on filming and putting together all the resources for the upgrade boot camp, which is going to be a fun experience for you guys. So I feel like that's a better use of my time. So I'm always answering the questions in the Ask Professor Andrew channel. And then I'm spending basically the rest of my time on fulfilling and creating that new boot camp. Again, another thing today is the final, I guess now, just like a minute ago, was the cutoff for the Improve Your Marketing IQ challenge that everyone was participating with. I'm extremely interested. I've looked at some of the results, but later today, I'm going to go through, review those results and pick a winner, because I'm excited to do that, because you guys have uncovered some really interesting things about some markets that I find really interesting. And I'm excited to see the ways that you're going to use that insight to improve your own marketing in whatever niche you're in, and also to be able to show up in that market as more of an authority figure because of the extremely valuable insight you have gathered on what is currently working inside of that market, which is funny that kind of ties into what we're going to be talking about today. Now, when I was a young man, I went to business school to try and learn entrepreneurship, which admittedly is probably one of the most foolish things you can do as an individual. Entrepreneurship and starting businesses, they don't happen in classrooms, and you can't learn them from an academic who's never done it. You have to go out into the world and network and interact with people and do it yourself. That's how you learn. And that's what you're doing inside of the campus here. But I remember there was a concept that one of the guys had a visiting guy come in and give a lecture, and he was a dude who had gone out to Silicon Valley. He had run a couple companies, and then now he had started his own VC firm. And he was talking with us, and he talked about this big giant mistake that people make in the Silicon Valley field. And he referenced a book. And I remember reading this book. It was called The Lean Startup. And it was a really cool book about a guy who talked about like the startup he had launched, where he applied the scientific method, basically what I teach you guys inside of the OODA loop, to rapidly iterate and get customer feedback and make products that people actually wanted. I found it really interesting. But the key mistake that these companies make, right, is they go to Silicon Valley and they think of some grand idea of how to change the world, right? And they create some code and they come up with this giant, huge project. And then they go to VCs, and they would go to these venture capitalist firms, these guys, to pay them money so they can hire a bunch of developers, a bunch of marketers to try and sell this product idea they come up with. So what they would do, like VCs would get convinced, they'd give them, millions of dollars. They'd spend years fine-tuning the product, building it, and they'd launch it, and then nobody would want it. And it just would be a complete and utter failure. The VCs would lose them a lot of money. Now the VCs don't really give money on ideas like that. They really don't. They like to see what's called an MVP, a minimum viable product, and then they like to see that you have a bunch of customers who already like your minimum viable product, because they're trying to avoid this greatest mistake that most businesses make. And you hear this all the time. Most businesses fail, all that stuff. It's true, because most people make a very easy to avoid mistake. Most people sell things that people don't want. That's the biggest mistake that most people do. They make things and they try to sell them to people who don't want them, right? That's the fundamental mistake. If you have what's called product market fit, where the product is something that the market actually wants, you're fine. If you don't have product market fit, if you're offering them apples and they want oranges, you're not going to make any money, right? Simple mistake. Now, I'm going to show you how copywriters can fix this problem, because a lot of copywriters make this mistake. They go out and they offer their copywriting services in a way that doesn't create product market fit. It creates product market misalignment. So I'm going to talk about how to avoid this mistake as a copywriter, and how Silicon Valley companies and how companies in general avoid this mistake. The reason this mistake happens, though, is people, they start with a thing and then they try and find people to buy that thing, right? It's a guy, let's say, who really likes making music, right? He makes this cool music and he loves making music, and he's like, I'm going to have other people like my music. The problem is he started with a thing. He didn't start with a want. The best way to succeed in this business is to start with an actual want inside of a market, right? To start with something that someone actually already wants and is buying. Find out what people want, and then build the thing that they want, or build a better version of what they currently want. Give them an ability to like fulfill their desires and remove their current pains. Like find those things first, because those are the ultimate judge and jury on whether or not your business or product is going to be successful, right? Which is why, like right from the beginning of the bootcamp, I'm teaching you guys how to go out and do research, how to go out and find customers' needs and desires and wants, see what they're currently buying, figure out why they're buying that thing in your market, in your same sort of niche, your same industry, and then turn around and position whatever product or service, or create whatever product or service you need to fulfill that need better, right? It's a simple formula. Most people start it the other way around. They start with the thing, again, old school. Back in the day, venture capitalists in Silicon Valley, back in products that looked cool and sounded cool, but had no actual alignment with what people actually wanted, right? That's the old model, and it doesn't work. The new model, or I guess the eternally true model, is really to start with a person's desire, a person's fears, a person's purchasing behavior, things they're currently buying. Look at where they're spending their money and find ways to help fulfill that need, that actual need, way better than anything else in the market, 10 times better, and then you'll win. Almost every single time you win. Now, here's how copywriters make the mistake. A lot of copywriting students, they go through this course, right? And they practice their DIC, their PAS. I'm like, dude, I know how to write emails. I know how to write an email sequence. I got this, right? And they'll show up to businesses and they'll say, hey, man, you want this email sequence? I have this email sequence. You want to buy this email sequence? And sometimes that works. Like sometimes that's what those people want. But a lot of times your avatar, he doesn't wake up in the middle of the night and be like, man, I just really want a better email sequence. Like he has other desires. He has other needs. It's up to you to find his needs and then assemble what skills and abilities you have as a copywriter to solve those problems and needs. That's your job, right? If you start just throwing a product at them without actually understanding what their problems and roadblocks are, what their desires and pains are, and what they're actively trying to solve, and connecting your thing to that, if you just throw a product at them, they're probably not going to buy it unless they were literally had a tab open on their browser and they were actively looking to buy that thing at the very moment you reached out to them. This is why I teach you guys to research at stage 4. And I expect you guys to do the same thing with your prospects as you're looking for businesses to partner with. Now, a lot of you guys have difficulty when it comes time to actually research your prospect. You're like, okay, like where do they hang out online? Where do I go to find them? Let me give you a quick, easy recipe. This is one of the fastest ways to find information on your prospect. Take your business type. If you're reaching out to dentists, do dentists. If you're doing fitness coaches, do online coaches, right? If you're doing, to find the business type, you need to usually be a little more abstract. You can't just be business owner, and you can't be like online keto fitness coach, right? You have to be kind of in the middle. You have to be like online fitness coach or online coach. You have to find that level of abstraction that is applicable, and just go to Google and type in how to grow my, and then insert that business type. How to grow my dental practice, how to grow my online coaching program. Google that, and you're going to come up with a ton of results. There are going to be a lot of ads, people trying to pay money to get in front of those people because they have a product that person wants, right? You'll find agencies, you'll find software programs, you'll find a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of people who are actively selling to your niche profitably by talking about specific pain points, and their sites are filled with testimonials and case studies talking about these, like with your actual prospects, talking about their pains and their desires and the problems they're actively trying to solve, and how this product or service helps them solve that thing. Once you have a verified problem or need, once you have a verified demand, it's really easy for you to adapt the way you present your copywriting services to meet that demand. Oh, he's really trying to grow his Instagram audience. That's what he truly wants. Let's see. Let's open up the giant toolbox of tactics and tools I have as a copywriter. I could create organic posts on Instagram that are going to attract more attention by doing the algorithm, but they're going to be really compelling because I use the DIC formula, and they're going to make people want to check out the rest of his program. Boom. Hey, dude, I had an idea to help you grow your Instagram, like your Instagram audience, by using these high intrigue organic posts that are designed to be picked up by the algorithm on Instagram. I've attached them below. What do you think about them? That is going to be way more successful than, hey, bro, I came up with some emails for you, right? You want to start with the need. You want to find the need. And I just told you a really easy formula for going and finding that need currently, right? Just Google how to grow my insert business type name. You're guaranteed to find results. Find the actual need, find the actual desire, and then open up your giant copywriting toolkit. Pick out the tool that's best able to give them that desire and present it to them. You're going to find businesses more willing to present to you, like to partner with you, if you show up in this manner. If you just throw products and try and pitch to them without first showing that you understand what they're actually looking for, and then tailoring your presentation or your pitch or your communication to match that desire, if you don't do that, you're going to fail. You have to start first with the desire and then give them the thing that's going to help them, right? That's the biggest mistake people make in business. It changed everything inside of the Silicon Valley space. Right now, if you try and go raise money for a Series A fund in Silicon Valley, you have to show up. Your chances of success skyrocket. You're going to get way better terms if you show up with an MVP, a small version of a product that's currently fulfilling a customer's need. If you can demonstrate you have product market fit and the ability to scale, you'll get money, right? That's just how it works. Same thing happens here. If you want to find a business that's willing to partner with you, you need to show up and give them what they actually want. Once you have that, you're golden. You can reach out to the rest of that niche. You can scale up. And you're going to have to test some things out. You have to try some things. You're going to have hypotheses and edit those as you actually get in front of real people and see if they'll actually respond. You're going to have to test. This isn't going to be like an easy formula where boom, automatically tomorrow you're going to land a client. I'm showing you the path of hard work you need to take to create product market fit as a copywriter. As you're reaching out to find businesses you can help partner with and help them grow. It's a simple principle. Once you do that, you're going to have a significantly better chance at being successful. That's what I did from the very beginning. It's something I understood at a gut level when I first started copywriting. I want you guys to understand it now at a gut level. Look at the businesses that are succeeding in the world today. Look at the ones that are succeeding in the industry. Again, this ties back to the marketing IQ challenge. I had you guys go look at industries you're currently working at, find the top competitors, the businesses that are crushing it in that space, and find out how they achieve product market fit. What needs are they specifically targeting? What emotional nerve points are they touching to get people to take action? How can you do the same thing, right? Just find those same nerve points that are obviously proven to work and just turn around and do it better, or do it in a slightly different way, or do a slightly different audience. And you're more likely to win that way than just guessing blindly on like an abstract, no idea notion of what your avatar truly wants. This is foundational. Build things that people want. Find out what they want and then give them what they want. That's business on a nutshell. And if you can get that right, you'll win, right? The problem comes when you think you know better, or you have some cool idea that sounds really cool and you fall in love with your own idea. You can't do that. You got to start with what they want, and you got to make sure that what you give them is what they want. And let that be the end all judge and jury. What does the customer want? What does my avatar want? If you can get that right, you'll crush it. So guys, hope you guys all take this one and use this. I'm going to add this one to the temporary bootcamp updates as well, because I think it is going to be pretty valuable for you guys moving forward. It's been a fun one. Oh, I did want to share real quick. We do have a copywriting G of the week. I created the channel a couple of days ago, or about a week ago now, and I finally put someone in there. I was going through some stuff, and I came across a student in the Ask Professor Andrew channel. It's like, man, I can't wake up on time. And he's like, I try and think of like how much I want to like make money, and the Lamborghini. Like he talked about all these like things he wanted to have as far as like cool things in his life. And I was like, dude, you need to add more pain and shame to this, right? Like, obviously, pleasure isn't driving you where you want to go. Most people get out of bed in the morning because they have to, because of duty. You need to like add some pain. I told him to go write a PAS email for himself, which he did. And he shared it with me, and he used this PAS email to shift his brain, and he's been getting up on time ever since, right? And I wanted to share it with you real quick because I think a lot of you guys can resonate with this particular idea. Let's see if I can share it. All right, you guys should be able to see my screen now. It's in G of the week, so you can go find it and find the link and stuff. I'm just going to read this email because I think it's awesome. A trip down memory lane. Remember the sadness in your brother's eyes when he had to wake up early in the morning and go to work? Remember every evening when he comes home complaining about his shitty job, talking about how he's going to learn how to fight to beat everyone up. I don't recommend that. That's not cool. You tell him everything will be okay and give him hope, but will it? Remember the time your best friend called you crying and he can't stand his life anymore and is feeling stuck, saying he doesn't care about it anymore. This man once saved your life. Remember when you helped your father pack his bags to go to a foreign country for work, just to work his ass off and get a little bit of money? Remember his heart condition that he has, the kind of disease that exposes him to stroke every day if he puts in too much effort. Everything in your life is falling apart and everyone you love is feeling miserable because you are not the man you're supposed to be. And why is that? Because you need 15 more minutes of sleep. You know what? Fuck sleep, fuck those 15 minutes, and fuck your feelings. Your people need you to step up now. If you don't, they will die or live a miserable life. And all your life, you've been the leader. They count on you to save them. If they fall apart, it's your fault. I am asking you this. Can you stand seeing your brother angry at the world all the time? Could you speak at your father's or your friend's funeral? Wake up, man. It's already late. Dude, absolute gangster email. Awesome. And it's really cool. He's tapped into his why. And your why doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It just has to be powerful. And that is a powerful why. This, like, Paul's going to crush it. And I'm happy to give him the title of G of the Week. Now, there's a lot of, like, I'll probably, who knows how I'll select the next G of the Week. Maybe it'll be, I'll go through, look at copy review and find the one that I think is doing the best to improve his marketing IQ. I don't know how I'm going to select the next one. It's probably going to be fairly random. It's not going to be from Ask Professor Andrew channel, probably ever again. But I just wanted to share that with you because I think a lot of you guys could probably resonate or at least see yourself to some degree in his space. Find out why, use it to drive you forward. Be intelligent about how you approach life. Be intelligent about how you approach your copywriting process and program. Find the needs. Just do the research. It's easy. 15 minutes. Do the research and then position yourself as the thing that will fulfill that need. Find out what people want and give it to them. My friends, it's been a good call. It's been a fairly long one. I will talk with you guys tomorrow on our next Power Up call. Until then, take this idea, use it, go apply it, go make some money. I'll talk with you guys later.